All right, folks, welcome to San Antonio. Eric Smith and I, Eric rocking the shorts here with the nice weather, although...
Yeah, I love it. I hear it's nice back home, though.
That's true, and what would be nice is for the Raptors to get a win tonight. I think you're going to see them come out with way more energy than they did in Dallas, Eric. The back-to-back thing was a bit of an excuse, but at the same time, they've got 18 more to go, and I expect them to be... Well, they got to get this one tonight, because if not, you go home for one game and then you're back out on the road for 4.
Yeah, and I talked to Chris Bosh this morning. You can hear that interview on the pregame show tonight. And Jonesy, that's one of the things he said. You know what? We got a long season ahead. We don't want to take for granted that you know, we played poorly on Saturday night, but at the same time, we have to realize that put that game behind us, forget about it, and just move on, because we can't sit here and cry over it and worry about that game and then let that spill over into tonight's game. And you know what? Tony Parker not going to go tonight for the Spurs. But don't sleep on a guy like George Hill, who's been fantastic, you know, in a backup role, and now he's going to get a chance for probably at least the next few games to play a little bit more.
The other thing is, Eric talked about his interview that you can hear with Chris Bosh. You can hear mine with Mark Ivoroni, and he knows that Tim Duncan is the guy that drives this team still. And they have a lot of coverages planned for Tim Duncan. The interview is great because Mark Ivoroni talked about how they're going to play him, what kind of looks they're going to give him, when they're going to double team, what they're going to do. So I think Toronto's very well prepared. And let's face it, the Spurs are not playing very well right now either. They made a lot of changes. They're trying to integrate new people into their system, and it's going to take them a while to get things on the same page too. So don't be surprised to see San Antonio kind of slipping.
We had a little guest spot of somebody going. That's all right.
Hello.
That's all right. You just walked.
That's all right.
We'll
No
bring
big
it back
deal.
at the end or something.
As you can see, we're on the Riverwalk. It's not too busy right now, but it's lunchtime, so it could pick up behind us a bit.
That's the first time we've been, you know, had a guest come in the middle of one of our vlogs, so that's good. You know, we'll bring her back next time maybe. We're not going to be in San Antonio until next year, but you know, we'll see if we can get a number and bring her back as a guest spot. It's like having a talk show or something and bringing guests onto the show, right, Jonesy?
I hear you.
The other thing that I'm watching out for tonight for the Raptors overall is you talked about the energy that they come out with, and a guy like Hedo Turkoglu, not to put it on one guy. The bench wasn't good on Saturday. There was a lot that wasn't good about Saturday night, but he still seems to be kind of getting his legs and getting a feel for this team. And I got to think that at some point soon, he's going to bust out and show the true Hedo Turkoglu. I mean, he's had spurts, but I want to see him really step up and rise to the level that we all know that he can play at.
The other key will be the bench tonight. You know, we talked about 2-3 players in particular when Jay Triano likes to go with Amir Johnson, Jarrett Jack, and Antoine Wright. Those 3 guys have to come back and play the way they did in New Orleans and some of the other games to give the starters a rest and to be, you know, be a spark off the bench, so to speak.
And hopefully you can still hear us right now. We're down below street level on the Riverwalk. As you can see, it's beautiful, but just above us is the street. There's a bus rolling by right now. It's a little bit loud, but you know, this is my little spot right now for Tourism San Antonio. I've killed some cities in the league, but check this out. This is beautiful, and I'm telling you, 3 days, 2 nights. That's about all you really need here. But this is a gem of a spot and a place that you might not consider going. But San Antonio is definitely a beautiful spot that you might want to hit at some point, Joe.
www.booktravelwithesmith.com.
And one other quick thing too. I threw it up on the Twitter, but those of you that aren't Twitter, hey,
yes,
why not? Get on Twitter. It's free.
Go and look. Go and look.
Check out what we had on Twitter today, and for those that don't have it, I think that Jonesy and I, along with Sherman Hamilton, I think we found the bat that Ginobili swatted the other day in the arena a few games back or a few days back. So
just out the tunnel to the left on the way to the visitors' locker room, we're standing there, and all of a sudden, hey, what's that? There it was.
Bat
we're sure,
carcass.
the bat.
Anyways, so check that out later, and hopefully no bats flying around tonight.
See you tonight, folks.